All right, next up at the interview table for College Gridiron Showcase, it's the night before the last day, joined by Jody, Fortson. How you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. It's a blessing to be here.
You guys having fun out there?
Yeah, we're definitely having fun. Today we picked it up a notch, competed a little bit more, just a little bit more energy. It was fun.
Yeah, I think, seminars, interviews, just getting out there, hitting somebody, catching the ball. I mean, you've done really well. I've been really impressed with you, watching you out there. What college are you from?
Valdosta State.
I'm glad you said it, not me. I wouldn't be able to say it. But you've done really well, and I love watching you guys, play with DBs in the corners and try to get that ball. I mean, I'm just glad there hasn't been a fight that's broken out yet. But tomorrow's a big day. It's the scrimmage. You excited?
I'm absolutely excited. We put the work in the last 2 days just to get out there and put a show on tomorrow.
So, seminars, out on the field, interviews. Is there anything that when you were coming into this experience, maybe weren't too sure how it was going to go, that's really sort of been more than what you expected?
I would say definitely like the seminars, from speaking with Ezekiel Elliott's dad, Stacy Elliott.
I heard that went really well.
It went absolutely perfect. He ain't coming there with a script. He came in there and he just spoke from the heart,
Yeah.
I was definitely appreciative of that. And dealing with the KT tape guys over there, I used that all season, so it was just amazing to actually, see all the products and just get a taste and use some of it. So I was definitely surprised by that.
Leading up to this event, I was doing weekly mini-series, 30-minute episodes to get us ready for CGS. I had different people on, and Jose threw me some of the sponsors, one of them being KT Tape. I know so much about athletic tape now that I could probably educate anybody out there about how it works. But that's great. You're getting benefit from it, not only from the guest speakers, but being out on the field, the seminars, and then, of course, the interviews, big thing, and then some of the partners and sponsors. So how do you feel you've done in the interviews with the NFL scouts?
I feel like I've done a great job. It's easy for me to tell my story, tell my background, where I'm from, and just kind of just explain, who I am as a person. People get to see me with the helmet and shoulder pads on, see me beating up on people, but they don't get to see me, outside of that. So I always enjoy telling my story.
Now, I know for me, when I go into an interview, I prep myself, and I don't try to prep for the questions they might ask me. I prep myself for what I want to say to them.
Right.
What I want to leave that lasting impression? Is there one thing I want to say, like a power statement to them? And sometimes I'll go in and I'm so anxious, I'm so excited that they do their questions. They're like, so anything for us? And I'm like, no, I'm good. And I'm ready to get out. Is there anything that you were prepped, you were ready, and then you went in there and you got out and you're like, really? I forgot to say that one thing?
Nah, my entire mindset, when I go in there, is just calm, cool, and collective. I answer questions, I respond accordingly, and I just kind of make it known that I'm a faith-driven person. I wear this active faith stuff, and I just allow God to guide my steps.
Absolutely, man. Amen to that. What's been the oddest question you've gotten, or have you gotten any odd questions?
No, I haven't gotten any odd questions. I've heard a lot of questions, a lot of questions within a couple of days being here, but no, I haven't received any of those.
What was the one thing coming into this that you wanted the scout to take away?
That he can move for his size. I'm not just 6'6", 230, and just some slow guy. That I can actually ball. I can move around. I can play slot. I can play outside at X. I can play tight end. I can do it all. And they definitely took that away from him this week, so I appreciate it for that.
Came in as a wide receiver.
Yes,
we see a lot of guys from the high school to the college and then the NFL level. They may make switches. Teams might draft you at one position but find you better suited for another. You mentioned tight end, and we've seen kind of a surgence of the tight end position, especially this last season. Is that something that you feel might be a better fit for you, or you prefer the wide receiver for one reason or another?
To be honest with you, I grew up playing wide receiver, but everybody wants to stand up on the outside, pointing at the line of scrimmage. I'm on the ball ref, but being at Valdosta State this last year, it kind of grown on me. It grew on me to play tight end and appreciate it. So it definitely is a experience. I love it. It was fun. But I'm definitely looking forward to do more of it. That's for sure.
What do you think about the Antonio Brown situation in Pittsburgh?
Antonio Brown, man. Call God. Call God. That's all I got to say on that. Call God. He going to lead the way.
Oh, man. Because It's something that you guys probably have to think about now.
Yeah.
Like in college, you're just sitting back, you're enjoying. You're watching other college teams play, you're watching the NFL, seeing what's going on. But now it's like this is life after college ball, and
Right.
you guys are in there getting financial advice, how to invest your money, save your money, where your dollar means more in different cities and different teams, and so. That's got to be. Do you see things differently now, even if it's just after these last few days?
Listen,
Loaded question, right?
we had this one meeting with this banker. I can't remember what her name was, but we were talking about buying cars and what we were going to do with our first check. And I'm thinking, I'm going to give me a Mercedes. Give me a nice little Mercedes. Then we got to doing the budgeting stuff, and I'm thinking like, hold on, time out. That Mercedes might have to wait. I might have to keep the little Chrysler that I got. But the finance, you don't really take into account. I'm gonna go to the NFL, make a bunch of money, do this, that, and the third. But you don't really pinpoint it down to what you actually have to do and what's actually being taken out and all the people you have to pay. Like he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy my mom a car. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. But it's definitely, that was definitely the thing that stuck out the most.
So for you then, obviously you guys give me the same answer every time. Do you have a team that's a preference? No, I just want to get drafted, and that's fair. I'll spare you. But who'd you grow up watching,
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
Wow, you don't hear that a lot. I'm not going to lie. I think I've heard people say, not here, but just throughout, any professional athlete, who you grew. I think I've heard Cleveland more than I've heard Buffalo.
Oh, wow, They tried us. They tried us.
Do you feel that you've left everything out on the field with each day and opportunity you've been given?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I do that every time. I never leave a stone unturned.
And how did you hear about CGS, and how do you feel, it's benefited you once you leave tomorrow?
I heard about CGS through my agent, Spencer Charles. He put me on with it, got me in touch with Jose, and we kind of went from there with that. But I've never been in front of this many scouts and actually being able to run around and showcase what I'm able to do. So it's definitely been a blessing, and I'm so appreciative of it.
Yeah, because you guys, I feel like you're a special group, and I don't mean that because I'm doing media for CGS and I got to say stuff like that. I don't. But it's the fact that it's the first of a new year. Right. And bowl season just wrapped up. You guys are probably still hurting from like the regular season, postseason maybe. And you guys know that there's a long time between bowl season and the championship, pro days, combine, and the draft. So this is one thing that you can add in that empty time.
Right.
And it's not like everything that you're used to. You guys are out there, you're doing drills, you're running routes for you, a receiver, and then you're going to have a scrimmage tomorrow, and then that's going to be it. Seminars are over, meetings with the scouts. You've had to put on your best face for 3 days. Now it's done.
Right.
So with this, do you feel like you're a guy who, even if you don't feel you needed something like this, that it was something that you just couldn't pass up because you want to make sure that you have exhausted every resource you could?
Absolutely. I've never been the type of like, oh, no, I don't need to do this because I'm this person. No, I'm going to do whatever it takes. So if that means I got to come out here and run around and catch the ball in front of whoever, I'm going to do that. So I felt like I did what I needed to do. And like I said before, I'm appreciative of it.
That's great to hear, man. Hey, best of luck.
Appreciate it, sir.
Really appreciate your time. Jody Fortson, take care, man. Good luck tomorrow.
Appreciate it.